Video games are everywhere now. They're in the stores taking up half the entertainment section, and they're even in our homes taking up even more area. Most people see gaming as a way of passing some time or getting a little bit of fun for the day. Maybe you just want to feel pride in accomplishing one objective. Who would have thought that these video games that are everywhere do more than provide entertainment? They actually can teach us something new that we didn't know. Hello, my name is McMillen, and today I'm here to inform you of the possibilities video games have in teaching and how those skills can be incorporated into our everyday life. I'm going to talk about some statistics on game revenue and how it has been increasing over the last decade and how it's continuing to increase. I'm going to discuss what video games can actually teach us, what aspects can teach us, and finally I'm going to talk about how these taught skills and aspects of gaming can be incorporated into our daily lives. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about statistics. According to vgsales.wikia.com, video game sales are on a rise. From 1995, they sold $3.2 billion in record sales, and now is at nearly $17.94 billion in 2007. This website also tells us that at the rate video games have been going in the last couple years, they expect video game sales to hit nearly $91 billion in 2013. Now that I've just shown you a little increase in the revenue over the last decade and into the coming years, I'd like to talk about what these video games that are being bought can teach us. Video games are teaching us skills that we don't even know we have or realize that we aren't being taught. Jane McGonigal wrote an article called Video Games: An Hour a Day is Key to Success, found in the HuffingtonPost.com. In this article, she explains how video games, especially online ones, build confidence and feelings of success that are so strong that when a player leaves the virtual world, they actually take these aspects of confidence back with them into reality. However, she also states that if you play video games more than 3 hours a day, accumulating in a total of 21 hours a week, it can lead to serious side effects such as depression and neglect in real life duties. In 2004, a research team from the University of Wisconsin-Madison wrote a paper titled Video Games and the Future of Learning. In this paper, they covered two very important aspects. The first aspect is, unlike schools, which can socially separate kids from the outside and from each other, online video games force people to work together to accomplish a specified task, making each other either work cooperatively together or competitively against each other. Second, games now teach valuable skills like online marketing through advanced programming features, or a political aspect, and it even goes as far as making in-game rules for trading. It makes you work towards a certain goal to sell items that you've created on a market that is vast with every other player that is online. Now that you know some of the skills that you can learn from the video games, I'd like to talk about these skills that are being incorporated into your daily lives, or that can be incorporated into your daily lives. How will these skills be used in the real world? The paper Video Games and the Future of Learning, written by Schaefer, Squire, Alderson, and Glee, explains that games now have real-life situations and doctrines actually built into them or programmed into them. This means when teams get together and build a game, they actually do the research on a certain topic, such as military, and they get the situation, they program it into the game, and when the player actually plays that situation or game, they don't even realize they're playing something that has actually happened in real life. And the consequences in the game are the same consequences that happen in real life. So now you're being taught an aspect or a situation that actually happened and the outcome is the same. And you actually pick those things up as you play. And when you're done, you can bring it back with you and you can use those situations in the real world. An example is U.S. Army. This is a game rendering from a virtual world that the U.S. Army uses on their soldiers now. What they do in this video game is it helps teach them how groups work together to accomplish a mission. It teaches them skills, and it builds their confidence so that when they actually get out in the field, they use these skills that they have learned in a video game to make themselves work together in an environment that is hostile against them. Lastly, when getting a job, a business looking to hire want to see confidence and look at a success in those that they wish to hire. Going back to Jane McGonigal's article, her research showed that video games where you accomplished something and felt feelings of pride in that accomplishment, it helped build confidence, and you took it with you for at least 24 hours, those same feelings. And when you took it with you, you showed or bolstered your confidence. After learning a little bit about how we use our skills, learn in these video games in everyday life, I'd like to review everything I've talked about today. Today I discuss some of the statistics that showed a substantial increase in video game sales. Revenue has increased and people are buying more video games. This leads to people picking up new skills from these video games. We spoke what these skills are that people are acquiring, and then we spoke a bit about how these skills that people are getting from these games can be used in the real world and taken with them to things like hostile environments or job interviews. Hopefully, after watching this speech, you get a little bit better idea of how video games are helping in the real world, and they're not just a way to spend time or blow time. It's a way that you can actually use your time and pick something up that you may not have known you were going to pick up.